What's going on, traders? What's happening? Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we jump on to the charts on this beautiful November 12th, as always, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is very risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or do is financial advice or a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Just checking out the stream. Looking good, looking good. Think you guys can see and hear me. If not, as always, let me know in the chat. Let's hop on to these charts, man. See what we got going on. Nice to be back after a little vacation. I was down in Antigua, in the islands, the beautiful Caribbean. Sleeping on the beach, eating well, drinking well, diving. Got to see some really cool stuff. Talk about that a little bit later. I know we got some divers in the crew here. But what's up? Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Coach Cy. What's happening, Rhombus? Good morning, Trader Crew. I've been out of the game for a few days. Yeah, me too. 2 days. Yesterday was a holiday also. Happy late belated Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans out there. Anybody that served. Appreciate you guys. Kyle, what's up? Enrico, what's up? Streamer Hub, Stack of Bananas, Omega, J-Mo, Jarmo, what's up? Oh, those are you out kick. Johnny, what's going on? I know somebody said something up top. I think that was Jess. What's happening? Relaxing Zen, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Nice to be here. I'm feeling refreshed, man. Feeling grateful. There's nothing like going to spend a couple days hanging out off an island in some nice warm weather, man. Nothing like that. All right. Let's hop onto these charts, man. Let's see what we got. YM all the way back up. All the way back up, man. Foot back on the gas here from these lows. We talked about this a little bit, man. We said, what were we really going to get with a lot of this crazy volatility over here? And then a pop to the upside. And then a little bit of a turn to the downside, right? Were we really going to start selling off? Were we really going to start coming down below lows? Were we going to turn? Or was it just what it looks like so far? Super clean price action on this, man. Some selling pressure, a couple bearish bars, a hell of a long wick to the downside. Doji, shooting star, hammer, whatever the hell we want to call some fancy price action and market structure name to describe that candle there from the 7th, and then some nice push to the upside, including a really big bullish bar yesterday. I don't think we got that on ES and Y and NQ. We did not have nearly as big of a day to the upside. Just taking a look at ES here, taking a look at NASDAQ, and then coming back over to Dow. If you guys don't know, I'm trading YM, the Dow Jones futures contract, the mini contract here on the 15-minute chart. We're looking at the daily right now. This is this is Project X with Top 1 Futures. This is a Top 1 Futures live account of 15K, technically a pre-live account, but a live account all the same with them, with their program. So yeah, man, super bullish. I'm sorry, I'm just staring at the chart, man. Just such a crazy move to see it right back up at all-time highs, like we never left, man. Right back up to all-time highs, pushing the upside here. Again, just comparing this to get a feel for where we're at. You know, we're not quite there on ES and NQ. One more time to take a look at this around the horn. Yeah, man, not nearly as much of a move out of these two. You know, NQ still, you know, 2,500 ticks, 600, you know, 600-ish points off of the highs. YM, you know, here, we're right here. So, you know, pushing the upside, man. Very, very bullish yesterday. Really like just a drift higher, like a straight shot higher. Not really choppy and consolidating. Not a lot of volume, but not a tiny movement out of this. Pretty reasonable daily range put in, over 600 points here. So what do we have coming into the morning, right? What do we have coming into the morning? That's the major question. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here to the daily. I'm going to throw a horizontal line coming off the all-time high here. I'm going to grab a line and I'll say what's up to you guys in chat. As always, I see the chat's talking. Feel free, ask some questions. We'll yap, man, but we're going to get the chart marked up before NYSE open here. So here we are looking left, right, to all-time highs from the daily chart. You know, overall, very bullish, man. Very bullish. Really no pullback here at all from yesterday. Looks like Monday was a pretty choppy back and forth day to put a tight range in. Obviously, a lot of volume down here to the downside. A lot of volume down here to the downside. If I look, you know, what's another potential area if we start heading lower? Definitely right in here, 47, 700, 715s. This thing looks like it just wants to go, right? So very bullish structure overall, right? How are we opening up? What happened in the overnight session? Above VWAP, slow drift to the upside. Very, very tight range so far put in. Plenty of points to go to the upside or downside. Very tight Asia-London session here. Pushing right towards all-time highs. We are opening up. Looks like we're about to open up 3 minutes into the open. Of course, we could turn right back down and come down into yesterday's range. But it looks like we want to open up above prior day high. Obviously, well above value area high, low, and volume point of control. Very bullish open. I honestly only really have one play, guys, and I don't know that I want to exercise it today. It's a short. It's a short off of, you know, all-time highs. So I don't think that I'm gonna take that. This is a nice tight range. We are opening up above VWAP. There's not a bad play if we just pop really quickly to the upside. Because I think it's really likely that we, return back to VWAP, right? At least return back down to this area. If we get, like, no selling pressure, at very least come back down and tap prior day high before potentially continuing the move to the upside, right? So, you know, there's a short play off of the open. It's stupidly counter. That's my really highly technical professional term. It's stupidly counter to this overall trend, the immediate trend, yesterday's trend, the weekly trend, the trend on the low time frame, overnight Asia, London looking bullish, and then a bullish move off the open. You know, shorting that is very, 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 very counter. And when it works, it's great. I like a little bit more of a balanced open and being above and being counter maybe to come back down towards VWAP. This one is really stepping in front of some serious movement here. So I'm gonna consider it, guys. I'm gonna see what this open looks like in about 60 seconds here, 9:29 a.m. Eastern, for a potential really aggressive short right back down towards this area. I would want to see it above all-time highs, probably be by like 20 points. The problem with this really strong high over here, a lot of times the price action that you'll see is a really aggressive wick, like a real print in like a split second, you know, just snagging a lot of liquidity that's up here. But just to frame this out, you know, something that would look somewhat reasonable to me. Super aggressive, man, super counter, but we'll see. You know, your other option is, and not for me to take, but your other option is just long off of VWAP, long off of prior day high, long anywhere in here, and, you know, just ride the wave to the upside. Here we go into the open, guys. Let's see. You know, ride the wave to the upside and just run it higher. Yeah, this thing looks like it wants to go crack it, and I don't know. I might have to do it. This is an early setup. It would be really aggressive right into the open. Like I talk about, sometimes I sit here, as you guys know, all damn day with you and I go no trade. This isn't bad because, you know, it's not like we pulled, if we pulled down here in the overnight session and then we were doing this, it would be a hard no. It'd be a definite no for me. But we got no pullback out of this. No, you know, no coming down and taking out anything here. So I don't mind it. I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to say valid for me, 20 points. 20 points above this all-time high. Let's say the 240s. We come back down here. We dance around here. You know, we'll see what happens from there. I would like a long, right? I'd like a long on a pullback, potentially, but that's not what we're doing yet. Here we go. There's the crack of all-time high. Let's see. Let's see if we come right back to VWAP on this one. Here we go, right into the 40s. This is going to be really aggressive, guys. Really aggressive. But I got to take it. I'm going to look for the 40s for a quick short. Could we get some crazy wick that forms in here? Just giving it a little bit of time up here to see if we start to hesitate or if we're just going to blast off. A little bit of feedback. The stream is messed up. No, don't distract me here. Come on. Nah, guys, this is hella aggressive. This is hella aggressive. I'm going to wait on this guy. Obviously, I'm waiting right now. Really aggressive movement. A little bit of seller stepping in here. I think we turn back, but I don't know. I don't know where we do it, man. It's so aggressive. I'm going to allow myself the patience on this one. I'm tempted to do it on micros with like a 500 point stop. Excuse me, a $500 stop instead of the 1,000. Just give myself a second entry here. I'm over on the micro chart, guys. Quick swap over to potentially run like 5 micros short, right back down to VWAP. But at this point, I'm looking to the 300s. Nice round psychological number. Stupid aggressive. I don't know if I can handle this one. Here we go into the 300s.
Order filled.
I'm going to try this from up here, guys. I'm going to try this with half risk. This is really aggressive. Really aggressive. I swapped over here to the micro chart. I'm short 5 micros on YM. Very aggressive. I'm looking for an immediate reversion back down towards VWAP on a sweep of this. A sweep of these highs to the left. It's very aggressive. I waited significantly farther past my initial potential entry point, which was about 20 points, past this high right here. Again, now I'm on a completely unmarked chart here on the micro chart. Very aggressive, very counter like I talked about. Super duper aggressive entry on this one, which is why I'm going to reduce risk, right? I don't think many traders are going to do well being dynamic with risk management like this. Half risk trades, full risk trades, this type of thing. A little bit more experience, maybe someone like me, maybe yourself. I don't know where you're at in your trading. You could handle that. But I'm going to try this one short. It's the only play that I have coming up. A long play maybe on a really nice push down, but I have no long play setting up on this. I'm a long period away from seeing a long play, and it would have to be a pullback short first. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. But this looks like it just could be. Close your eyes, hit the buy button, sing the national anthem. Lot of strength, really not taking its foot off the gas just yet. No reversion, but I'm going to be the guy looking to short this. I think so many of these movements are so obvious, right? Big push to the upside yesterday, bullish overnight, bullish right off of the open, and then what does the market do? It rips down and takes everybody out, and then maybe continues higher, maybe just fakes everybody out to the upside. But I'm going to run this one short, half risk, right? I'm going to give myself a second trade, or at very least, just a half an L if I have to take one. Keep this one tight. This is still a wide stop, right? This is the 15-minute chart here on YM, so this is a rather wide stop for what most would consider. 195 points. Oh yeah, 195 points here in YM. About 195 points. Get started with that one. And yeah, again, if I get smoked on this, maybe I see something set up really, really clean into the afternoon. We do get a nice pullback. I allow myself a follow-up trade. You know, something that I'm looking at that looks clean. Let's see. Good morning. We were saying good morning. What's up? Happy to be back with you guys. Happy to have a trade on right off the open. We'll see what we get. Awesome to hear you timed off. Well deserved. Yeah, man. Listen, man. You gotta have a life outside of the charts. I think it's really important to be passionate about the markets, to be enthusiastic about the markets, to love trading, to really enjoy trading, because you're up against people that really enjoy trading, that really like trading, right? And it's going to be hard if you kind of hate what you're doing every day. But at the same time, you got to have hobbies. You got to have a life outside of trading, right? You got to have something outside of trading, just like everything else. Chuck, what's up? Enrico, good morning. You got knee surgery. Sorry to hear that, Rhombus. ADO team, what's up? Wolf, what's up? Effed up yesterday, but today's a new day. Don't call it a comeback. Yeah, always. Hey, Top of Futures giveaway, have 0 activation or not. Hey, KRN, majority of the accounts that I give out, yeah, this thing is just full force to the upside. No sellers in store today. Actually interesting to see because NQ is selling off. NQ is dumping on the open, almost 500 ticks to the downside, 100 points lower, on a big bearish candle. So complete divergence there. Real quick, I'll come back to the chat. Looks like ES did the same thing and is now in the middle ground back at VWAP. Interesting to see. YM off like a rocket, halfway to the stop on this half risk trade, keeping it a little bit light off the open. We'll see, man. Didn't want to stop at the 300s, not stopping at the 400s. I don't know if we're going to see any sellers in this market at all this morning. Was looking at that really quick reversion back down towards VWAP, but this is very strong out of the gate and not taking his foot off the gas. I think it's going to be a very quick stop out. That's what I'm looking at on this one. But half risk, right? So maybe I got my follow-up. Most of the accounts that I give on here, KRN, are instant funded accounts. Majority, almost all of them are instant funded accounts that don't have any activation because there's no challenge. They're right in. If I give out a evaluation account, there is going to be an activation fee if you pass it, as there is at almost every firm. I think there's only one firm now that said if they do giveaways, there's no activation fee. But traditionally, if you get a free eval, you get a reset, you get something. If you end up passing or whatever fees come along with that are on you. But majority of what I give out, what I've gave out all last week, what I might give out today, is going to be an instant funded account. An account with no challenge, no activation fee, straight into a funded account. Cooksmith, what's up? Anything happened to the government shutdown? Heard there was a vote. Haven't paid attention to much fundamental stuff at all. Just that we don't have any red folder news today. We do have a bunch of FOMC speakers. We really didn't go around the horn with looking at news, but we can right now. Bunch of FOMC speakers today. Anybody can yap and say something crazy and throw us for a loop here. I think that's definitely possible, but we don't have any red folder. I thought we had red folder. Forexfactory.com not showing any red folder for the rest of the week. Let's take a look at this. Hang on, guys. Let's take a look at Financial Juice. Yeah, Financial Juice, which is another news site, has crude oil inventories on the board for tomorrow at 12, and they're showing that as a red folder. And then nothing on Friday. So yeah, it looks like not a whole lot, man. Not a whole lot coming up. Not a whole lot coming up. Pretty clear day. Let's see. Karen, you asked the same question multiple times. You don't have to do that. I will read. If I miss it, feel free to ask again, but you don't have to spam the chat. Please don't trade on pancake. Oh, man. Hope you're healing well from a double knee replacement trader. P.S. Don't trade on painkillers. Yeah, don't trade on don't trade on painkillers. That's for sure. What's up, everybody? Muhammad, Dr. FP, Aaron. What's going on, y'all? Purple Ninja Facts. Blue Water Cruiser. What's going on? ESNQ took off the other way. It opened. Yep. Crazy to see that. Good morning, everyone. Finally set up again to trade after the move. Awesome, JB. Ease back into it, man. Ease back into it. KRN, WWW. Yeah, man. We're giving out instant funded accounts on stream. Just chill. Just chill. Don't worry. We're getting people funded straight into a funded account. Good morning. What are your VWAP settings? Standard settings, my brother. Standard settings. Standard settings on VWAP. No change outside of this color right here being white. That's all I got for VWAP. Standard session VWAP under the indicators tab. That is going to reset at session. Again, guys, I am here on the micro chart. I hopped over from the mini chart, which is actually marked up with my volume profiles. But I wanted to run half risk on this one, which I'm glad that I did because I might take a stop out on it. Half risk. Very aggressive, very counter. I like the opportunity, right? If we did get a rejection, I really like the opportunity. But I want to give myself a second trade, right? If I'm going to get involved really quickly off the open, very, very, very counter. I allow myself the discretion on position sizing, right? Especially when it comes to volatility or just on the trade opportunity itself, the setup itself. I don't think that doing this is going to be a good idea for most traders, okay? I think most traders want to have a clear risk per trade and a clear risk per day, and that stays consistent, right? That's just my humble opinion. As you get more experience, more discretion, I think, could be helpful. Good news. First 1 minute candle down. 2. Nice. Blue Water Cruiser for sure. $300 profit on the open of my Ignite. Nice. Slothfather trading. There we go. Got in the Top 1 Futures Ignite account. Very nice. Short at NQ 1 minute. Long GC. Just made a band. Nice. Nice. Trading across multiple assets right off the open, man. You're a wild man for that one, but that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Love to hear that. I certainly cannot handle that type of trading across assets all at the same time, unless I'm running something completely different like I have in the past, right? Like I got a pre-market trade running, or I have something running, and then I sit down to trade, intraday on ES or something like that. Kobe Clark, what's up? Morning, Zach. Hope you had a great trip. Was following a bit through your stories. Looked awesome. Yeah, man. I got back from a nice trip. I'm grateful to be in a position and a place in my life where I definitely was not in the past. To be able to travel, man. That was another international trip. Really, really cool. Nothing crazy, right? There's people out there that do way crazier stuff. I think what I did over the past weekend with my wife is attainable to many, and I like to be humble, but not to everybody, right? So I'm grateful. There's a balance there, though. Super awesome. Love getting down to the Caribbean. I've been to a lot of countries down there. I was talking, my last career had me traveling quite a bit. I managed sales, distribution, track deals, a whole bunch of different stuff for Latin America, the Caribbean, and South America. And I traveled quite a bit down there. Mostly the Caribbean, a little bit of Latin America, Panama, Costa Rica. But I made the rounds quite a bit down in the islands, man. Dominican Republic. This was Antigua. Been to Grenada, St. Lucia, Barbados, Bahamas. It's awesome, man. It's really awesome. Love it down there. Beautiful islands, nice people, great diving. It's great. I wish that for all of you guys in the future. Find a way to get down to the Caribbean, experience that. It's sweet, man. So, talking markets, though, this is not turning, guys. This is really not turning. I'm going to let it run. I'm going to let it do its thing. Really, really bullish 15-minute... why do I keep getting feedback? Really, really bullish 15-minute opening candle on this thing. We started to get a little bit of hesitation up here. We definitely found some sellers at the 48,400s, quite a bit above this all-time high. Are we just going to do what we did yesterday and like run right off the open? We might. It does look like NQ is now red on the day. Huge divergence out of these. NQ is now red on the day. Let me pull this up. NQ is selling off, aggressively selling off. ES looks like it's also aggressively selling off. YM completely living in its own world. I'm unfortunately shorting the wrong US indice. This is gnarly, man. Really, really gnarly divergence out of these. I'm interested to see where we go from here. We're getting just a hair of hesitation on YM. Not really turning to the downside yet. I think if we do turn, it could be violent. But I got a feeling if the other two catch a bid and they start finding buyers and turn back up to the upside, this thing is just going to put a huge bullish candle in today. It does not look like it wants to pull back at all. Again, my discretion here. I'm going to hold on to this. I wanted to see a really nice reversion. We're starting to get some hesitation. My stop is where it needs to be on a volatile day like this. If I wanted to be out here, I'd be out here, right? I'd place 100, 100 tick stop instead of a 200 tick stop. I don't, right? So stop loss is wide enough. Half risk. So if I have to take a $400, $500, it's a $500 stop. Not a problem. Not going to sting too bad, but crazy to see NQ still selling off. Still selling off to the downside. I mean, not insane when you look at the daily candle range. But gnarly divergence, 1,000 ticks to the downside. Crazy. Red on the day. All of the Mag 7 is red, which is interesting to look at as well. All of the underlying not all of, but a lot of the big underlying assets for the NASDAQ tech stocks are taking a hit today. Interesting, man. Really interesting to see. But not on YM, and that's what I'm short. So let's see what we get up here. I think I'm taking a stop on this one. I don't want to clip it and watch it rip. But this looks like it wants to push to the upside. There's really sellers are not showing up. Buyers continuing to probe this thing higher, pushing it higher. Flattened out on CVD here a little bit, but just continuing to drive to the upside. I think the 48,500s look like a really reasonable area to go and tag. Not going to close this one. Like I said multiple times, going to hang on to it. We're cracking above that 15-minute opening range right now. Maybe we get a test and then a super gnarly fake out to the upside, get everybody trapped longs and then rip lower. Again, I really like this short on the overnight structure and Asia London structure on really no sweep down, no pull back down into this daily candle at all, nowhere near volume point of control. But that also is an indication of very, very bullish market. All right, very, very bullish market. So like we said off the open, aggressive, man, really aggressive. I'm in with half risk, easing back in, gonna give myself a second trade if something sets up. But it's pretty wild to watch. Let's see. Short at NQ, 1 mini, and long GC. Yeah, we talked about that. I don't know about standard risk settings. Seems to me most traders get smoked in the first half hour. So the idea of half risk opening seems smart to me. Yep. Majority of traders do not make money in the first 5 minutes, 15 minutes. For the most part, the open is very volatile, right? I don't know if it's any more unpredictable, but that volatility is very aggressive. So it can definitely be difficult. Definitely be difficult off to be open. You traditionally don't see me finding my way into trades really at all in the early in the early morning first couple minutes off of the open, unless I have something that sets up. I have really nothing else that's even remotely close to a setup for me. Today I had that. Looks like it's going to be filed under again the off of the open trades. The first 15 minutes, like Rhombus is pointing out, very aggressive, man. Very, very difficult to work with. Not for all traders. Some traders are fantastic momentum traders. They thrive off of that, and it works really, really well for them. I prefer not to be involved unless I have a setup, right? Unless I have something that's setting up, like I did today. But it just depends. It just depends on what's setting up. I'll sit here, as you guys know, stare at the chart all damn day for multiple days in a row and go no trade. I'll take multiple trades. It just depends. Turn it down, maybe. That could say, nice people. Funny. Good morning, bro. Starting to range on book map. Little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, again, guys, this is really strong. This is still really strong. But for me, discretion, I allow myself a discretionary close, but I think there's still a lot of opportunity. With a half risk trade like this, I'm going to be less likely to close it because, you know, I'm already clipping it at essentially a half risk for me, half unit of risk for me. But let's see. Hello, sellouts. Go Team Bear. How's trip? Awesome, man. Awesome. Also showed this before the open. Showing if the open got cooked. It was day early. Yo, what's up, Daniel? What's happening? Definitely develop more patience after watching all the time, Zach. I appreciate it. Building risk control. Still taking the trade. Yeah, guys. Again, you know, you trade for long enough, you have to ask yourself these questions, right? What is my job as a trader? What am I supposed to do? All right, know what my setup looks like the back of my hand. You know, really be able to utilize my experience, my intuition, my discretion. But wait for something on the charts to do something that I think is my edge, right? At the very least. And I say it like that because so many traders don't do that. They go, well, I've been sitting here for 15 minutes. Buy. I've been sitting here for a half hour. Sell. Okay. Let's see. I took a loss. Well, now it's going to go up. Buy. And you're just gambling, right? You're just gambling. You know, there's no trading being done there. There's no risk management. You know, however you trade, right? And maybe you take 10 trades a day. Guess what? You still got to wait for your setup to show up, you know? Outside of the super, like, hyper scalpers. And they're out there. I don't like to exclude them. They're out there. But they're very few and far between that do that consistently, day in and day out, where they're just going to scalp the 1 minute chart all day, every day. It doesn't matter. Whenever they sit down, watching us come into quite a bit of liquidity to the upside here on ES over here. And YM not taking his foot off the gas. This looks like we want the 500s. I'd be honestly a little bit surprised if we didn't get close to that. I think if we do turn, it's not going to be before coming close to this, which is going to put me in a trash spot for a stop loss. But still hanging on. But yeah, wait for your trade setups. I would say if you had to like put traders into groups, most traders, including myself for a long time, are over trading. They're severely over trading. They're giving themselves way too many trades per day, way too many trades per week. They're not waiting for anything to happen that is remotely consistent. They're just trading. And I get it. It's for a lot of reasons, right? Entertainment, opportunity, feeling just like a normal human and actually working, because I think after 2 days of staring at the charts and not taking a win or a loss, a lot of us feel like we're not working, like we're not making progress, we're not doing anything. Dude, this thing is so strong. Unbelievable. Even as NQ is still at the lows selling off. Wild, man. Wild. Yeah, unless we get an insane turn, this looks like it. ES right back down towards prior day high, value area high. I think it's likely that we get some buyers stepping in there. Insane movement. Such a nasty movement at a YM to the upside. Again, I like this trade. Like I said, very counter, very counter, which is why I'm half risk, cracking all-time highs. Great opportunity right back down through VWAP to the downside to make this a nice positive risk to reward trade. But it just completely living in its own world, ripping higher as NQ and ES are ripping lower. Again, not that I use them in convergence or divergence or correlation, But it is interesting to note. It is interesting to note for sure. But yeah, this looks like the quick stop. So true. So true. Just because you've been patient does not mean your setup will happen. Such hard lessons. This looks like the stop loss. Nate asking, how fast trading's been? How many trades do you think per day maximum? It depends. Yeah, completely depends, right? So I can't tell you that. Nobody can tell you that. Everybody's going to have a different amount of trades, right? But I think if you're not consistent for the most part, you're expending a lot of mental capital. Every time you put a trade on and you have to manage it, every time you have to sit there patiently and wait, you know, you're expending a lot of mental capital. And to try to do that over and over and over again, as I watch myself take a stop out here, I think it gets increasingly more difficult. So majority of traders, I think, to start, a couple trades a day on the high end. All right, here we go, cracking through the 500s. Really aggressive push to the upside. Maybe we get a turn from this beautiful round psychological number up near this point here, but I'm not going to see something set up for me here, guys, after this. I'll talk about it even as I take this stop. I don't see myself finding a second one here really quickly at all. Obviously, no rejection off the 300s, no rejection off of these all-time highs looking left over here. Just a blast off higher. No, not even a pullback on this first 15-minute candle. Nowhere near VWAP. Coming into the 10 a.m. time frame, looks like we just want to keep driving higher, at least for now. So there's not going to be an immediate hop in short again because I want it to go lower and I want to prove my trade thesis. A long would take a while to set up. And if we do this and come all the way through the lows and start to follow the other U.S. indices here, I don't know that I want it long at all. So this looks like it's going to be a one and done, to answer your question. But, you know, people that are taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades a day.
Order filled.
There we go. Out for 500 on the first trade for me in the live account. Back with you guys. Very quick stop out. Part of the game, man. Part of the game. Been on a hell of a win streak in this account. I don't know that I'm going to try to fight my way back. I'm not going anywhere yet. I have plenty of room, plenty of risk to continue trading. But I don't know that I'm going to find my way back into another one here, guys, as we push higher. I don't have a long play with no pullback at all. I don't think there's any risk structure for me at all. This far extended above VWAP on a long. Certainly not going to short it again. Not from up here. So we're going to have to wait and see. But a day where we did not get that mean reversion off of the open, and we are just driving higher. Similar to yesterday, right? We got another back-to-back, just push off the open and drive higher. So let's see. But yeah, as far as trades per day, everybody's trading. Everybody's trading style is different, right? Everybody's setup is different. Frequency of trades is going to be very different. But if you had to classify, you know, should I be thinking about taking more trades or less trades? For the most part, most traders are trading way too much. They're trading way too frequently, from what I see. I know I was, and the market doesn't work in a way, at least from what I see, for the most part, where majority of traders' setups are going to be present multiple times a day. It's just not every single day, right? There's probably going to be conditions that you identify where you're just not, you know, you're just not even close to seeing a setup. There's nothing that's even remotely close, and your job is just to sit patient. Let's see if we get it off the 500s, man. Let's see. I don't think so. This is just super gnarly to the upside. Super duper gnarly to the upside. Yeah, aggressive pullback down in these on NQ and Y and ES. Wild to see. But let's see where we go from here, man. Not done yet. Early morning stop out, 10 a.m. Let's see where we go from here. You'll get WC. Yeah, man. Listen. I don't like to say it, right? Because winning streaks happen, losing streaks happen. I know about where my win rate sits over a long sample size. I've been drastically overperforming in this account, which is a good thing. I say that, you know, being, you know, happy about it, right? I can't remember if it's 8 or 9 payouts from this Top Win Futures live account in 4 to 5 weeks that I've taken, right? It's been a lot of W's. It's been a couple of red days. They've all been very well managed, in my humble opinion. But my win rate is typically not going to be well over that 70%, approaching 80%, which it has been in this account. And with a decent risk to reward, with a risk to reward where I'm not running a really negative risk to reward. So you got to take the L's. Got to take the L's, man. I'm really happy. Honestly, one thing I will say today, a positive note, is a good read of how aggressive I was being counter to this push to the open, all-time highs, aggressive move overnight and yesterday. I still want to take that trade, right? The setup is there for me, but the discretion to size down and say, good opportunity, but this could be a really quick stop. Maybe you want to give yourself another trade because, it's early in the morning. And to do that and take a $491 stop instead of $1,000, right? Which is on the high end of my one, individual risk unit, at least for now in this account. If I'm sitting, right around break even after taking payouts, I'm happy with that. But yeah, it's just part of the game, man. You're going to take L's. Going to take plenty of them. And I was super stoked and grateful that I made some adjustments, right? So I don't want to give it all just to the markets or random distribution. I made some adjustments, right? We came over to YM. I traded really well over, the couple months leading into this live account. But it's been hella W's, like really back-to-back winning trades and multiple payouts every single week in this live account, which has been awesome. But it's not always going to be that way. And you have to expect losses to come. You have to expect drawdown to come. So very reasonable to start taking a couple L's in this account because, again, it's really been an overperformance. Some of that you have to expect, right? You have to be reasonable with yourself. And all of a sudden, when you're taking back-to-back wins and you're looking at all of the trades over the last month of data and, you're over a 75% win rate or whatever it's been, you got to recognize, like, hey, am I all of a sudden, have I created this really big edge? Am I doing something so crazy differently? Or am I just on the high end of positive variance, which push it, be thankful for it, take your W's, right? But recognize that you're going to have some L's, and be cool when they come, right? Like today, just chill out, just take it easy. I think that's where I struggled for so long, right? I would do well, and I would be like, oh, man, everything would be good. And then today would happen. I'd be like, oh, what went wrong? Oh, my God, man, like I messed it up. Another trade, 5 minis out of nowhere, right? Short again, long again. And then all of a sudden, huge red day. And you go, wait a minute. I was all green, beautiful. I did the same thing today. Market didn't agree with me. My entry wasn't great. Whatever the answer is, whatever, when you go back and review, I took 1 L, and then the wheels fell off. What are you doing? So yeah, that's the thought process. I think it's actually less than the kind of loss on consistent edges and loss. Investment in the business. Absolutely. Losses, normal losses, are the cost of doing business. It's a really good way to think about it. Rom is just curious, have you looked at your data to see which is better, going against the morning breakout or with it? It depends on which morning breakout you're talking about. Morning breakout for what? The first 5-minute candle, the first 15-minute candle, which opening range? The initial balance, which so many of us watch. It depends. For the most part, I could make one call. For the most part, trading against the initial balance breakout, the first 1 hour, for me and for most traders that I find, is really going to be a tough sell. It's going to be a really tough one because there's just such a strong stat behind that from Edgeful that we could look at together here, right? But for the most part in YM, I am aggressively fading the initial pop. So my win rate is going to be best being counter to whatever that initial aggressive pop right off the open is. Later into the session, I find that continuation trade, right? Like we took on Friday of last week. Nice, really beautiful move through VWAP to the downside. Continuing with the trend and maybe flowing with the let's say, initial balance breakout to the upside or downside is going to serve me better, right? And that's in general. That's in general. Oh, why can't I join your Discord? I don't know. You're probably in a country that's restricted, but funded night. Shoot me an email. Shoot me a message on Discord personally. Shoot me a message on socials, and I will get you in. Support at realdealfutures.com if you want to hop in. Are you going to jump back in for your thesis? As far as a short play, no, because my thesis was wrong, right? My thesis was we crack immediately to the upside, right? We crack to the upside. We crack all-time highs, right? Whatever structure we have looking left, because we're already above prior day high and pre-market high, right? We were pushing pre-market highs right into the open, so that's traditionally the setup. I said the trade was valid way earlier than I took it. I stayed pretty patient until we got to the 300s, and then I took my stop out. So, a reversion play after and unfortunately, we might see a little bit of a turn up here after a quick stop. But a jump in here to just take the same trade again is not what my approach calls for. No. I think that always feels good to do. It always, I would like to be short again, right? Because I think as humans, we want to be right. We don't want to miss a move if it plays out after. But if I have to watch this one stop me by 10 points and then turn all the way back down and come through the lows, if anything, I'm gonna say, great, your reversion trade played out. Your thesis is good. Your initial read, your idea is there. Today we just had way too aggressive of a push to the upside. You are not running either in this type of volatility a wide enough stop, or you waited a little bit, right, for the 300s, but you could have waited for the 400s or 500s, right? So, maybe waiting for a little bit of that turn to start would have been a better play. But you just review, right? You take your L and move on. So, no, because our original idea invalidated. We didn't get that quick reversion. It's past the 10 a.m. time frame. We certainly could get it. I think it would be unlikely if we didn't pull back to VWAP or all-time high at all today, or even back down to this area of high volume after such a big push to the upside. But I'm not. This is not a setup for me, again, to take the same one. I hope that makes sense. What's your win rate? Watching you for a long time, you barely take a loss in this account. Yeah, this account's been hot, man. This account's been hot. But like I said, overperformance, right? Win rate. Here, I'll make it easy for you. There was 2 losing days in this account since I started, and I've been trading it every day with you guys since I got into it the beginning of last month. That should throw it around. But for me, man, honestly, for win rate and risk to reward, I'm pretty close to the middle ground, right? I'm pretty closer to that 50%, closer to that 1-to-1. Over a large sample size of trades, I would prefer to have a positive risk to reward and a positive win rate, right? Both of them inching, towards over a 1-to-1, and maybe closer to that 60% mark. But it varies. It varies. It varies in different market conditions. It varies on how I'm managing my trades, right? If I start clipping my winning trades very aggressively, I'm going to reduce that risk to reward and increase that win rate. If I am finding myself, holding for these larger movements, getting really good entries, and maybe taking full stops, but still holding for these big, larger risk to reward movements, which I really haven't done in this account specifically, that win rate's going to decrease and that risk to reward is going to increase. But I don't have any really massively high either of those. Closer to the 50-50 and 1-to-1, which is where I like to keep it. I really do, because I like to think of the starting ground of this as flipping a coin, right? With a 1-to-1, 50% win rate, a coin flip, random chance. It makes the job easier, right? You don't have to support this crazy risk to reward with a negative win rate or low win rate, or a really, really high win rate for a negative risk to reward. Yeah, for this account, it's definitely been an overperformance for sure, which is okay. It's good. I like it that way. Latin Jimenez Amino, what's up? Ado King close belongs at 48. Nice. You got long. Very nice. Dow gone too far. Yo, Trump, say something about China or Europe. Highs or lows are with it. I would say the first 30 minutes. Yeah, the first 30 minutes, Rhombus, fading the first 30-minute opening break, right? Like, we are at 10 a.m. and we didn't break the high, but if we came up here and broke the high, what's the chances that we come all the way down and break the low? It's not as high. Not as high, right? There's a 30-minute opening range stat that says if we break the 30-minute opening range high, we often don't come back down and break the 30-minute opening range low. So if you're fading that, you're trading against that stat, right? Let's see. Trump ducks. I gotta go, but don't want to miss a giveaway. Yeah, man. Sorry, Joe. Random days, random times, man. So I can't call it out every time. We're probably gonna run something today, probably, but I can't call it out always. Can't call it out. But are you trading top one? Yes. This is a top one futures live account. This is moved from an instant funded account, technically a 15K free live account. This is Project X, and as you can see up here on the left-hand side in multiple spots, this is Top 1 Futures. If you guys want to check out Top 1 Futures, boom, we got a nice new graphic up here today. I'll throw the link in chat. Remember, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I stand to make money, so I can't be unbiased. Important for me to note that, for you to do your own research. Stand to make money from links and codes in my content. Try to repeat that 47,000 times over. But if you want to check it out, the Ignite accounts are gone. Like we talked about multiple times. I hyped those up, and then I talked about it. Ignite accounts are off the site, not just the deal. The 55% off, they're calling it flash sale, it's still going. 55% off the instant funded accounts. My preferred accounts from them. No challenge, no activation fee. Nice wide, max loss limits. Straight into a funded account. 55% off, code RDF. Link is in the chat if you want to check that out. As we are turning off the 500s, man. I don't know, chat. I don't know if we see it today. I don't know if we just rip lower. I got a feeling we don't. I got a feeling that this bullish action holds. Unless we turn, like, really aggressively coming up here. Like, unless we really start to turn aggressively to the downside. This thing just does not want to pull back. Maybe we get a little bit of a dance around here. As VWAP starts to climb higher, we sweep a 15-minute bar low. But I don't know about a complete sell-off here. Could absolutely happen, but not going to be able to survive with, over an aggressive pop to the upside. Still room to go. There's definitely still room to go with this daily candle. Plenty of room to the upside or extend to the downside if we want to come down and push lower. But for now, we're going to chill. What's up? Hey, Zach, when are they running the flash sale for? I don't know, guys. I think this is probably, I don't want to misquote this. Here, let me throw this out there. I know we've got Black Friday coming up. I know we got, right, after the day after Thanksgiving in the U.S. is called Black Friday. I know we got people from all over the world. Black Friday, or, halfway through November, they start to do crazy different things. I think a little birdie has been telling me, and we've all been waiting patiently, I think, oh man, we're going to turn on YM here. I think we're likely to see Tradeovate being offered by Top 1 Futures very soon. Hopefully in the very, 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 very near future. There's probably going to be some sales along with that. I don't think we're going to see anything better. I don't want to misquote it, but I don't think we're going to see anything much better, maybe really, really close, than this 55% off the instant funded accounts. When they drop other accounts, they drop sales on other accounts. As you know, with multiple firms, they drop different things. 55% off with no minimum trading days is a banger, man. It's just a solid one for the instant funded accounts. Put them up against the competition, right? Compare against everybody else out there, the other big instant funded firms. But I think you'll see why I yap about these guys so much. But I don't know, brother. I genuinely don't know. I'll try to get a a clearer answer on that. Try to get a clear answer on that. But I wouldn't sleep on these. You probably got a couple days, honestly, but I wouldn't sleep on these if you're looking for them. What strategy do you use? Karan, hop on here, man. Rather than me try to go through, just hop on here every day or look through. I have hundreds of hours of live trading. I have tons of videos on my YouTube. Just hang out on here and you'll watch me take trades. It's better than me trying to tell you, how I trade. Discretionary, price action, market structure, volume, order flow. That's the easiest way to describe it. But yeah, hop on here and you watch it play out. Got my bid on ES. I think I will lock it up. Done for the day. Lock it up, shop now. I think I will lock up shop now. Sorry, you typed it normally. Let's see what happens next. Missed my NQ short. Yeah, it was aggressive to the downside. Freaking NQ wicked out. Wicked here, wicked there. Yeah, man, I don't know on this. Obviously, I am one trade, one L for today so far. Half risk, which I'm happy about. But this thing popped to the upside. I do not know, chat. We could come back down on this, but I don't know. Which is why I'm not in a trade. No setup, no entry. Maybe a continuation trade, maybe something for price action, market structure as it starts to form. But I definitely am not going to short this again from up here. I already had my thesis that was invalidated. I'm going to have to wait and see. But areas of interest to the downside should be pretty obvious, right? VWAP all-time high and prior day high, which is right at this area of high volume. This consolidation from up here. All the way back down into this area. But, man, just really strong. YM holding really, really strong. No pullback, man. Right through the highs. Well, let's see where we go from here. Let's see where we go. Coming up on initial balance. All right, we'll talk a little bit about that. I do use basic statistics around market movements, which you can form through staring at the charts for years, or you could just pay Edgeful to give them to you. Initial balance of the first 1 hour opening range. Some strong stats around that. We'll talk about it as it sets. But appreciate you guys hopping on as always, man. If you're not in the free Discord, feel free to hop in. If you can't get in, like that gentleman said, it's pinned to the top of the chat, but I'm going to throw it in the chat again. Feel free to hop in, man. No course, no VIP, no mentorship. I don't charge for anything. I just trade live here free every damn day. Showing you what real trading looks like for me, right? Wins, losses like today, guys, because it ain't all W's. There's been a lot of them, but not all W's. Wins, losses, right? Run-ups, live accounts, multiple payouts a week, and then the other side of trading, right? Losses, drawdown, struggle, mistakes, lost accounts, right? That's part of it. That's part of this. Gotta be ready for that, or else I would say, find something else, because that's the reality for majority of traders. Maybe there's somebody out there that never loses. I don't know. There's some really consistent guys out there. There's some heavy hitters out there. I will say that. Some negative risk to reward boys that run really, really high win rates as well. There's just super duper high risk consistent traders. But man, it's few and far between where you find somebody that does not take losses and have red days, red weeks, and red months. To find somebody that takes them and shows them, a little bit harder. I wish I found those guys earlier on. We all see the big days, right? We all see the big run-up share, the huge payouts and profits, and I respect those guys. I don't want to sound like the hater, right? I think it's inspirational, and I like to look at it as something to strive for myself. But I respect the guys that show what goes on behind that, right? I respect the guys that show the struggle, that show the losses, right? Or at very least the risk that's taken to get there. To talk about how much risk is on the line to put those big wins up. You can scale, you can really scale things, but for the most part, guys, the same saying that holds true in life, holds true in trading and almost everything else. No risk, no reward, right? Takes money to make money, and very few massive run-ups and record-breaking days in trading are done without a lot of money behind it, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's really nothing wrong with that. Man, I'm watching this thing up here, guys. Here. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't think I have another one setting up really quick here. I definitely don't have a short, although it's looking a little bit dicey up here, man. It is. I definitely don't have a short from up here. I would have loved to survive this pop to the upside. My stop was 504, so I got taken out, not by a tick or two. You know, this popped above the 500s. I got taken out by 24 points up here. Still would be in some serious drawdown, right? I'd still be 100 points, 130 points, in loss, still moving against me. But this looks like we're finding sellers off the 500s, right? You know, we tested up here a couple times. We're not breaking out to the upside. This could be our IB high. We come right back down, or we start to come back down before this sets, and we crack to the downside. That could look like a really aggressive trap buyers, fake out. I mean, big opportunity, right? You could absolutely have capitalized on that if you were trading opposite of me. But I don't know. I don't know that we do that. This is going to be interesting to watch. Definitely interesting to watch. We'll have to say at least till the end of the week. Probably, Sammy. Probably. We're talking about the top of future stuff. Probably. Here's my deal. There. You know what? Let me ask. Let me get an answer. Let's see how quick we can get an answer. I'm gonna guess so. But I like to be more cautious without creating false urgency. It's been running for a while, man. And I think if and when something else comes up next, it's probably also going to be pretty good. But I always say, like, don't sleep on stuff, because it's always a trash feeling when you miss a deal. Yeah, guys, Discord link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you can't get in because you're in some region or something where you can't use WAP, shoot me an email. Hit me on socials, Real Deal Zach across everything. Here, I'll throw them in there as well. You can shoot me an email. It's support@realdealfutures.com. But here is all of my socials in both chats. If you guys want to check it out, I throw a bunch of stuff on IG stories. I post a ton of reels. I post a ton of shorts. If you're not on YouTube, you're watching from Kick or X or somewhere else. Ton of stuff on YouTube. Obviously, I'm here streaming right now, talking to you guys. If you're watching from X, what's up? There's always a ton of you guys on watching it from Twitter. You deal with like gnarly latency, and I can't read any of your messages, and you also don't get all the forum stuff. So feel free to hop over. But if you're new, welcome. Stream here live, free every damn day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. We do giveaways for top 1 futures accounts, instant funded bad boys. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what we do today. Coming up on 10:30. Still early, man. About an hour into the stream. You guys hang out. We might give something away today. I don't know. Random days, random times. You don't have to ask me when they are. You just have to hop on the stream. Also, a 100% free trading Discord. No course, no VIP, no mentorship. None of that crazy stuff. I yap about prop firms that I'm affiliated with, that I stand to make money from. I yap about software, right? But I like that. I like that setup. I really do like this setup. I think it's mutually beneficial. You can hang out here, not use my code, not use my link, not buy anything, not even like or subscribe or do anything, and take any value or lack of value and decide that stuff for yourself, because it's free 99, no paywall. I like to joke around and say, you can say that dude sucks, I'm gonna fade him. I'm gonna buy YM on a break to the upside instead of short it. Let's see. What's up, ICT Macro Time? How we doing? Truth, I never connected. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like a lurker minion inside your brain. That's the goal. Yeah, Pam, absolutely. I try to just articulate the thoughts, right? Talk about what goes into this stuff for me, what works, what doesn't work, and then you guys get to watch that stuff play out. This is what helped me really early on. This is where I made the most progress, and so that's how I structure my stuff. I didn't create live streaming or create the way that I do this. I'm mimicking others because this is what helped me. I liked watching traders that were maybe I thought were doing well, but I could decide for myself because they were trading live every single day, taking wins and losses in front of my face. And I could watch what they were doing and say, okay, let me watch this play out over time. Here's what they're doing that I like. Here's what they're doing that I don't like so much, or maybe that I don't understand. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to adjust and, use, what their experience that they're trying to articulate, but watching this stuff over and over again to the best of my abilities, and ask questions, quiz them, right? And go from there. So yeah, the live trading thing is solid. It's also the only way to display anything. If there is a trader that you're watching, and I hate to say this, guys, but if there's anybody that you watch or listen to or follow across any socials that gives anything outside of live trading, what you see here today, entries, exits, stops, targets, playing out in real time, live, preferably for free, so you don't have to pay first to find out about it, it's not really worth too much because we live in the ChatGPT 5 age where you can edit everything. You can fake everything. Third-party verified broker statements, post the P&L every day, the trades, the executions on trading, everything can be faked, literally. You know what can't be, unfortunately, because I would love to figure out a way to fake it so I could just make money trading it that way. But that's just trading itself is trading, really actually trading, right? And then, showing what that looks like. The same as everything in life. And I think we're going to see that across everything. There's no results that aren't going to be able to be, live logins, logging in. We watched how that played out. So anyway, live trading, man. That's part of why I do what I do as well. You don't need to tell you anything about my trading because you can just watch it. Just watch it play out over time. Yeah, guys, I'm yapping because I just don't have a setup here. I want to see if we pull back towards VWAP. I don't know that we do. This looks like maybe a similar day to yesterday, push to the upside. Hella bullish movement here. Big bullish movement here. Tried the short. I'm happy to take that one. On another day, I'm doing something really, 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 really similar. So valid for me, but got to take the L sometimes. What was not allowed in my region? Yeah, shoot me a message somewhere. To me, the people who show everything are the ones who are honest with the public. Not easy to find them providing free services. Yeah. We're out here. There's others besides me for sure, but a lot of it, and it sucks, right? Like you don't want to show the losses, right? You want to grow, you want to show the wins, you want to present yourself as this really profitable, knowledgeable person, but I think you still can. And the thing that I think is tough is so many traders, they're doing so well, man. Doing really well, but you're still not going to show the tough day, right? You're still not going to post all those blown accounts. You're not going to do what I did before I had this live account, which was hop on here and do a postmortem of a 7-pack of straight to funded sim pros right before they were dead, right at the max loss limit, and show the win rate and risk to reward and everything that resulted in a loss of a 7-pack of accounts that I traded live every single day with you guys here, like I'm doing with this account, for a long period of time, right? And just had an underperformance on ES. I like the way risk was managed. I'm proud of a lot from that, but am I proud of the overall performance and the time spent and the lack of making money? No, but that's the reality. That's what happened. So I could not show you that, or I could show you it, and maybe build some real expectations to say, okay, well, wait a minute, maybe I'll be much better than Zach and my journey will look different, which it will, and I hope you are. But you're going to still have losses as you get better. You're going to have prop accounts, if you trade them aggressively, that you lose a bunch of them. You're going to have, drawdown. You're going to have periods in the market where it feels like everything you're doing is wrong and you forgot how to trade. That's just part of it. Part of it. Nice. What's up, guys? What's going on? Good evening. Yeah, so what's happened, Train with Luan? What's going on? You're just saying that because you won one of the last accounts. Fake everything. Yeah, imagine my horror when I found out how I used ChatGPT. Funny. Can't believe how much the industry has moved forward with live streaming. I did not imagine this 5 years ago. It's time to clean up the industry. We both win together. Get the F out with the holy grail. Gatekeeping nonsense. Yeah, man. It's much easier to see through that nowadays. Much easier. It used to not be. It used to be like, you really couldn't tell. It was tough. But so much of the stuff is just, you can tell it from a mile away now. But yeah, here, I joked around with a couple of these. Let me see. I did the Chat GPT change the change the number of like a resting P&L to make it like really funny. But I still made it like as a joke. I made it like 420, 69, like some stupid number. But yeah, dude, you unfortunately, right? Because I think a lot of traders out there are also going to be legit, right? They're going to make money. They trade and they don't want to trade live, or they're not going to trade live. It's just so hard to vet that. It's so hard, man. You could make a pretty good judgment call just by what the person shares, how they talk about the markets, how they talk about themselves. But it's really tough to put any weight behind anything outside of live trading. And I mean really live trading. I don't mean a trading view chart either, with no execution shown. Or talking about trading and then not showing a P&L and stuff like that. But, there's levels, right? There's levels. There's guys that you'll find that are trading, live accounts that are 100x the size of the one that I'm in, right? They're out there too. So, that are showing sizing, way more of that. But I think if you find somebody and you want to take from them, you want to listen to them, you want to follow them, do they trade live? Do they really trade live? Do they do it consistently? Do they do it for free? The last part, you can find a lot of guys that don't do it for free that are still worth watching. And do they share, most of what they do? Like everybody does stuff off of live, right? I have plenty of other live accounts that I manage, investment brokerages, right? Of trading multiple prop firms. I talk about the side quest stuff, the super aggressive prop stuff, which I'm going to do more of and talk more about. But, if they're posting all of the results, are they doing that stuff live? If not, it's just not as helpful, unfortunately. Turning back down, still 100 points off of my entry. Let's see if we come back to VWAP here. It looks like we want to. Man. Yeah, not to get too much on that rant, man. But I think it's important, right? It sucks. I followed along, and I created a lot of unhealthy expectations around the market. From guys that were not being truthful and honest, or I wasted a lot of time with dumb stuff, really, really dumb stuff, paying for stupid stuff. But yeah, like Ideal King said, we're at this day and age where you can hop on whatever social media you want. There's going to be a lot of guys like me and girls maybe that are trading live for free, showing you entries, exits, stops, everything day in and day out. You could watch what they're doing. It's awesome. Every time there's a guru posting a secret sauce, you dismiss it. No live trades, and there's of course mentorship. Yep.
Let's put some gravy on it.
Yeah. Here's some stuff to look out for. Really basic. All wins, no losses. Right? No explanations of what's going on. Unreasonably high win rate and unreasonably high risk to reward. No live trading. Right? No live trading. that type of stuff. Huge prop firm runouts and payouts without talking about the huge amounts of losses behind that type of stuff. A trading view chart, calling live trading, talking about trading on a trading view chart, and then saying, I made a bunch of money, but not actually showing any of it. Anything on MT4 and MT5 these days, anything not in like the futures market on either a prop firm or a regulated market is just, I don't know how you would even fall for that these days, but that's just a huge red flag, super duper obvious. Any explanation or indication that you have somebody with some amazing edge, right? Something that is just so unreasonably unreasonable, right? But it's tough. It's tough. It's tough for newer traders to understand that. But yeah, there's a lot of red flags that you could look out for. Usually you got to find it out for yourself first a little bit though. Yeah, man, I'm still watching this market, guys. 10:30, we got the IB high and low set. I'm still watching this turn back to VWAP. I'm so curious, man. Do we just rip lower? Do we sell off here? It kind of feels like we don't want to do what we did yesterday already. When I look at something like this, right? Look at the cleanliness of this trend to the upside. We kind of made the case for that. No pullback in pre-market, no pullback in Asia, London. That's why I wanted this bad boy short, but we're going to see. We'll see if we come through VWAP really aggressively. Level number 1, VWAP. Area of interest number 2, level, order block, support and resistance, whatever stupid name we want to call a horizontal area of interest, a price level on a chart. Prior highs, right? Right into these prior highs. And then area number 2 would be right down into this consolidation, right? Closer to the 48 evens. So we'll have to see. MGC for the win. Mr. Beast. Today I'm missing my move. That's bullish. Now, should I not trade or take trade hoping it will not now go down? No. Okay, so if you missed your entry, you missed your entry, right? Period, end of story. If you take a trade after that, you're chasing. You're chasing. You missed your entry. You didn't enter when you were supposed to, and now your risk to reward is going to be terrible because your entry is going to be terrible. So no, I wouldn't do that. Still in, but the problem in stupid VWAP, it's now right at my break even. Gotcha. Yeah. Break even down there, near entries down near VWAP. Yep. It's gonna be interesting. Again, we're either gonna go up or down, right? I can make the case for either way. I don't know that this continues. If we saw, this is definitely some selling pressure, right? We're coming off the highs here, but this is holding somewhat bullish up here, and I don't know if we really start to turn to the downside. I definitely don't have a short play, maybe a long play on a pullback, down through that VWAP area, but I'm just gonna wait for some more market generated information here. Background music kind of distracting. Yeah, RRS. I stop talking sometimes. First off, I like the background music. I stop talking sometimes, and it kind of sounds like it's cutting out. I've had a ton of requests for background music, so I apologize if it's distracting for you, but I'm going to leave it on. Got to make some executive decisions, and I know some people would prefer music or don't prefer music, but I'm going to leave background music on for now. Rhombus, talking about ICT, the creator, the controller of the enigma. Yeah. Here's crazy red flags. If somebody tells you that they wrote the algorithm for the international world markets, or that they were kidnapped by market makers, and that market makers watch their stream and stop them out because they know what the market's going to do next, and they create a narrative that says, I know what's going to happen next in the market because of whatever combination of things that you want to talk about. I can tell you where price is going to go to the tick with 100% accuracy. I don't know. I think that's a red flag. I think that's like a huge red flag. But, it's unfortunately, it's what we want to hear, right? We want to be lied to. So, better not be. I don't know. I guess we'll wait for follow-up. For sure. Shady offshore broker. Yeah, shady offshore broker. Talk about heat map. Yeah, we'll talk about heat map. Let's talk about heat map. Yeah, a lot of fraud out there. A lot of fraud out there, guys. A lot of misrepresentation, for the benefit of making money. Right? A lot of that, unfortunately. I'll talk about heat map in a minute, guys. I'll talk about heat map in a minute. That's a good question. We'll talk about book map, order flow. Most people don't realize that there are actually 3 possible outcomes when trading. Buy, sell, or stay out. And staying out means protecting your capital for sure. Absolutely. Did you take a trade today, Zach? Yeah. As you can see, I have my red P&L that I like to leave up here. Unfortunately. Red P&L, man. I took a short. It was something like this into the 300s. I got short. I think 504 was my stop, so I was staring at it. That was my play for today. Somewhere around there. Somewhere around here for a short. Did not play out. Traded a short on a pop above these highs looking left. Very aggressive, very bullish. Took it on half risk, but I'm 1L so far. 1L so far. A lot of ICT traders out there. Yeah, I feel you, man. I don't know why, but... Well, I do know why, but, do whatever you want, right? If you, find value in whatever you're watching, do whatever you want to do. I get asked all the time, like, what my opinion of that stuff is. A bunch of overcomplicated BS. Just a ton of overcomplicated BS. Led by a complete fraud by every sense of the definition. But, I don't know. There's guys that claim to trade it that make a lot of money. Most of the guys that everybody always likes to yell, well, look at this person with their payout or this or that. Or, there's so much else that goes into that, right? Usually the person's a decade or a decade and a half into trading. And if you traded that long with whatever fairy tale you want to listen to, you probably would have gained enough experience and discretion to apply, which they do, to make a lot of money trading. I think my biggest gripe with that group and any group like that is the narrative around the market. I just think is inherently incorrect. I subscribe to what majority of professionals and any trading psychology book you're going to read, which is I don't know what's going to happen next in the market, and I don't need to make money. I don't know what is going to happen on the next individual movement in price, because anything can happen at any time for any reason, right? There are algorithms in the market. There is liquidity. There are massive players manipulating things. Absolutely, all of that. But to say that right before a Trump tweet, and he started talking about China, that had nothing to do with Trump and that conversation, and I knew that was going to happen, and I top ticked that, and then I wrote it all the way down to the bottom for somehow, is just complete BS. It's just a misrepresentation of trading itself, and it's comical. It's laughable. I think it's funny. I never listened to or watched that stuff or subscribed to any of it because it was so blatantly BS from the outside. But there's a saying that goes, if you want to make a ton of money, lie to people that want to be lied to. If you want to do okay, tell the truth to the people that want to hear the truth. If you want to lose money, tell the truth to people. Tell the truth to people that want to be lied to. Sorry, I kind of butchered that. And a lot of what we get in trading is people that are, desperate. They want to make money. They already have a horrible expectation and this reality that it's a get-rich-quick thing and that they can figure this out. And they want to believe that. They want to believe that there's a holy grail, that there's some way to do this, and it's complicated. But if I just figure it out because it's so complex, I can, not have to worry about my mindset or psychology or building discretion or actually, trading myself. I could just subscribe to whatever this is, and it's unfortunate. That's why a lot of traders struggle. But anyway, we go through that talk. We go through that discussion all the time. And at the end of the day, I will always say this, guys: there's a million ways to skin this cat. There's a million ways to trade. You could trade completely opposite of me. You could trade with the sun's rays or the tides of the Hudson River. You could trade with whatever you want to trade with and probably find a way to make that work. Whatever you want to build confidence in and whatever you want to believe is happening,
you believe that. Focus on keeping it somewhat simple so you can execute with some consistency. Focus on being a good risk manager. I don't see, many arguments against either one of those things. And trade however you want to trade. The end of the day is there's traders that make money with everything under the sun and not using anything under the sun, right? So for me or anybody else to tell you that there's one right or wrong way to do this is BS. So that's what I believe. Anyway, on that note, I'll be right back. Be right back, guys. What's up, guys? What's up? Let's see. We got some questions coming in. Yeah, man. Come on. Let's not make it a whole ICT conversation. Trade whatever you guys want, man. I think that's a huge waste of time. But you guys do whatever you want to do. I think it's laughable over there. I don't know how anybody with, I don't want to offend anybody, but I don't know how anybody with like the slightest bit of reality in trading, outside of those that just are starting out, which is who he grabs, don't know that that's a bunch of BS, but you do whatever you want to do. First, I traded futures. I have only traded CFT so far. Can you give me any advice? Yeah, slow down. Trade on demo. Practice with position sizing, right? Contract sizing is a little bit different. Let's see. Yep, you guys are still talking about the person that wrote the code for all of the markets. Yeah, it's very important. 25K account. Daily loss limit 625. Keep it super slow. Trailing max drawdown 1,000. Keep it super slow. Super slow and low. Super duper slow and low. That's what I would do. Size down. Trade micros and, set a personal daily loss limit and then set a risk per trade. That should be non-negotiable. You have a $1,000 account, right? $1,000 worth of working capital for the person asking this. Set how many trades you want to give yourself per day. And then what is your total risk per day? And then size down from there. But trade micros, man. Keep it slow. Slow and low. Not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an idiot. Hate trading all-time highs. One step elite. I won't tell you what to do, but if it were me starting over, I'd say use stops, take profit. No more than $200 max. Yeah, pretty solid. Start with minis. Maybe you mean micros. I don't know that I'd start with minis. Justin C, what's up? No, Zach, I don't agree about the fraudster. Dude is taking other people's money. Not cool. I think proper learning and starting slow can allow anyone to succeed here. Yeah. I don't want to say like I don't take a super hard stance against certain things, because I do. I take a hard stance against a bunch of BS. I want to always finish saying that you can trade whatever you want to trade. I think listening to people that are verified fraudsters, just verified, like certified liars caught in the act over and over again that just spew a bunch of BS is harmful, is more harmful than it's helpful, just objectively, for the most part. So, you know, I think that's that's my stance on it. So, again, I don't know. But I can only speak for what works for me, in my opinion. Anyway, why getting break even feels like a loss? Yeah, that can be tough. It's a mindset thing. Corinne, you're asking Corinne. K-I-R-A-N-K-R. What's up, dude? Hop on my YouTube. So you're already on my YouTube. Hop on YouTube. I have like 1,000 videos breaking down the consistency rule, breaking down nearly like every rule from Top 1 Futures. I think some of those can be helpful. If you want, watch some of those and then read every rule like yourself. Hop on the site. Welcome for being here, man. Read every rule yourself so you can really understand it, you know, for yourself, not just me explaining it. And then come back with questions. I think that's really important to do before you buy any prop firm account. Really important. All right, guys. I think you know what I usually say after I say. All right, guys. 47 likes on stream. We got 73 people concurrent on YouTube. We got a bunch on Kick. We got a few on Kick. We got a bunch on X. Run the likes up. I'm going to make it really easy today. 75 likes, we're doing a giveaway for a straight to funded Sim Pro 50K account. No activation, no fee if you have to do anything. There's no passing or failing it. You're just making it to a payout or not. Giveaway is 75 likes. If all of you, there's actually now 76 people on here and we already have 52 likes. If all of you hit the like button right now, this could be the fastest we ever drop a giveaway form from the time that I say it. We're going to give away an account. We're going to do a random duck race. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to give away an account, guys. So go ahead and smash the like button. I already see you running it up. And we'll drop a giveaway for a Top 1 Futures. Well, technically this doesn't say straight to Sim Funded Pro, but a Top 1 Futures straight to Sim Funded Pro account. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, you don't want to try to win an account, you're like, that's a waste of my time, Zach. Just give me the link. The link is in the chat as well. Link is in the chat as well. Right. But the duck races are back. We're back in action, man. Fun first day back. Took an L with you guys so far. Still watching the market. Still watching to see if we can't get another setup here, but I don't know that we do. Don't know that we do. You should do a prediction poll so people could gamble their channel points. Yeah, man. Yeah, we could do some fun stuff. Relaxing Zen on Kick. Hey, I hear you, man, for sure. I've bounced around trying to do different things and incentivize people to come to different platforms, but what I've done over the last couple months is just like stream everywhere. Wherever you want to watch. You want to watch on Kick, it's free. It has the lowest latency, 1080 with no ads. You want to watch on YouTube where there's a bunch of, you know, convenient stuff, but there are some ads. You can watch there. You want to watch on X where it's maybe just convenient for mobile and stuff like that, but there's latency. I give people their choice. Maybe in the past we could do some stuff. Maybe in the future we could do some different stuff on different platforms. All right, let's go, guys. 65 likes. Y'all are almost there. Almost there. There's over 75 people on the stream right now. You guys can hit it right now if everybody hit the like button. Why can't I join your Discord? I don't know. You're probably in some area that Whoop doesn't like. So if you can't join the Discord, here you go, guys. Shoot me an email. I will send you a direct Discord link. I used to have just a completely open Discord with no pass-through, no requirement for email, and it was constantly overrun by scammers and impersonators. So I also like to collect email and send you guys a fun email every once in a while. But those are my reasons for not having it completely open. Too many scammers, too many spammers, too many impersonators. They still find their way in, but if it's wide open with an invite link, it's just a nightmare. It's a free community. It comes with the territory, but If you can't get in, just send me an email or send me anything on IG or X or whatever. I'll give you a link. Try to keep the scammers out, man. Try to keep the spammers out. Y'all are almost there, man. We're going to get the giveaway form ready. We're going to run a giveaway for a Top 1 Futures account. Let me get the giveaway graphic up, which for some reason always gets lost in the sauce. Don't know why. Let's see. Appreciate you guys hopping on as always, man. Nice to be back in action. Nice to be back at the desk after a little mini holiday, little vacation. There we go. Now we got it. Let's see. You guys hit it? No, not yet. Not yet. Almost. 71 likes. You're getting there. You're getting there. You're getting close. You guys are going to make it interesting. Yeah, 75 likes. We'll drop the link. Simple form. No purchase necessary. Here's the quick rules, guys. No purchase necessary. Fill the form out. You don't have to fill it out. You do whatever you want to do. If you want entry in, fill it out. Only fill it out one time. Don't use your brother's or your grandma's and your sister's emails because you have to be here to claim it. You have to be here on the live stream to claim it. It's for those that are here. And it comes directly from the prop firm to the email that you provide. And you're only allowed to have one email. And if you ask to change the email, they're going to know that you filled it out with somebody else's email. You're going to not win the account and get banned. Okay? So don't do that. Please. Don't spam the form. Yeah, duck race coming up, guys. Coming up. 73 likes. You're almost there. Everybody likes to start unliking it. Coming over from YouTube, I like Kick a lot better. Yeah, guys, I'm on Kick streaming as well. If you guys don't know, what's up? What's up, Slot Father? What's happening? I'm on YouTube, Kick, and X right now, live. You could take your choice. Pick your choice, whatever. Kick, I like for a number of reasons, but it's also kind of like the Wild Wild West on there. It's a little bit kind of wild. But there's no ads, and it's the lowest latency that I've tested with high quality. So, YouTube is awesome. I think it's just really convenient. Everybody, has YouTube and has stuff on YouTube. You can chat and stuff. But yeah, X also. X, I don't know. You guys love X. I get a ton of viewers on X all the time. Let's see. For those of you that haven't hit like yet, I'm gonna eat your ducks. Yeah, almost. Tushar, you haven't, oh, man. Did I miss somebody? Hold on. Okay. Here, let me say this. Let me say this really clearly. First off, Tushar, I just read that message. Hang on. I'm going to reply to this so you actually get it because maybe you're not listening. Can I reply? No, I can't reply. Hang on. You guys are still at 75 likes. Somebody tell me when we get to 75 likes. Tushar, if you're not in Discord and you can't shoot me a DM in Discord, shoot me an email or hit me on any social. Tell me when you won. I'll confirm it and I'll make sure I get it. I've done it to one person where I accidentally sent somebody the wrong account. I just sent I sent somebody else, somebody's account who won. But if you won a giveaway from me on anything, here, a stream, somewhere else, and you did not receive it, please send me an email, send me something. Don't try to scam, don't try to run the game on me, but I want to make sure that everybody gets an account. You should get it fairly quickly, within a day or two after winning. If it's the live stream, sometimes it's delayed that much. But I never want anybody to win something and then not get it. So if you won something and you did not get it, please send me an email. And I apologize sincerely. I've jacked it up before. It's been delayed on their side sometimes, but mostly it's me just sending out way too many accounts. Sometimes I get lost in the sauce because we do too many giveaways. But if you won something and you haven't received it, because I got back from a vacation, everybody that won something should have absolutely received it at this point, 100%. send me an email. Let me know about it. Or send me a message on Discord, a message in. I'm very accessible. Any of the socials, man. And I apologize if you were waiting for something and you didn't get one. Send me an email, please. Yeah, let me know who it is. And I apologize. Nah, something's off, man. Something's off. I would have got an email from you. All right, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it directly while I'm on the live with you, but I'll make sure I'll follow up with you. Yeah, if you're not in Discord, hop in Discord. Also, super easy. There we go, 75 likes. But yeah, everybody that wins something gets giveaways, unless you don't want it at all. And I've had that happen before. You win. Or unless you're just straight up, scamming, or you did something crazy you weren't supposed to win, you get it, man. But there's a trend like that going around where people are like doing a whole lot of giveaways and then not giving out the stuff that they're supposed to be giving out. And I don't run that game here. Definitely don't run that game here. So, Tushar, I will follow up with you for sure. And if you're not in Discord, please hop in Discord. Shoot me a message. All right, guys. Giveaway form is pinned to the chat. It is live in Kick. It's live in YouTube. It is live on X. I'm going to give you guys, we're going to get this done quick. Market ain't setting anything else up for me. I'm 1/2 an L. We're going to get this done quick. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Get this form filled out. If you want to enter, you don't have to do anything. Free means free. You can hang out and watch me trade live. Free all day, every day. There you go. It's on X as well. Feel free. Get the form filled out. Don't get it filled out. Do whatever you want to do. Only use one email. Once again, rules. No purchase necessary. One entry per person. Going to give you 5 minutes to get it filled out. We'll close the form out. This is for a straight to funded Sim Pro, which is an instant funded account, but it's specifically the straight to funded Sim Pro 50K. It'll come straight from Top 1 Futures after you win. To Tushar, I'm following up with you after because that annoys me. Okay, you can't get into Discord either. Okay, so we got some stuff. I'm not scamming, man. No, of course. I don't think you are. Give me to participate. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna get the duck race loaded up, guys. If you're first time here, we got a bunch of people here on YouTube today, and got a couple on Kick. If you are not familiar, it's your first round. We run a duck race, which is just a random number picker, random name picker. But yeah, also give me like some real info, guys. Some of you are starting to fill these out with just random crap. Give me your name or something so I could reach you if you win. All right, give me a good email for sure. Use the email that you have for Top 1, and we'll get you handled. All right, form is coming in. Yeah, we got responses rolling in. Oh, you guys are hungry today. You guys are hungry for it today. Let's see. You guys have been really good. There's really only been like 1 or 2 repetitive forum spammers that have actually won, unfortunately, before I figured it out. But everybody else has been pretty good. Y'all pretty much play with the rules. It's all the same names. Not all the same names, but a lot of the same names. I see you guys on here. Yeah, appreciate you hopping on. Let's see. Yeah, gonna give you guys just a couple more minutes. To get this one filled out, all right? As the market is trying to figure out if it wants to come back to VWAP or not. Yeah, I'm gonna say 11:08. 11:08, we will get the duck race started, man. So get the form filled out. Gonna give you 3 more minutes, guys. Gonna run the duck race. The people yearn for the ducks. No, I love doing giveaways. Shout out Top 1 Futures. They support it. If you guys want to check them out, link is also in the chat. Link is down below this video. Get yourself 55% off. Code RDF. Remember, I'm partnered, I'm affiliated, I'm biased, I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased if I stand to make money. I can't also believe how much ES and I'm assuming NQ have sold off here and that YM has not. Also, can't believe that. What in the world, man? What in the world are we going to get here? This is going to be interesting to watch over the next week. This is going to be really interesting to watch. We're coming into towards the end of crazy, man. End of the year. Absolutely insane how fast this year have gone. But November 12th, we got Thanksgiving coming up in 2 weeks, man. End of the month. Insane how fast this has moved. But I'm really curious to see like where we go from a higher time frame picture after pulling this crap on YM. Just 2 big bullish days where tech stocks are taking a beating, I'm assuming, and pulling NQ to the depths. Really interesting. All right, guys, 60 seconds to go. Get the form filled out. If you didn't fill it out, I'll throw it in there. Where is it? I'll throw it in there one more time. One more time for you guys in chat. We'll get somebody funded today. Chat, coming up on 11:08. I gave you guys plenty of time. We are going to clip this form right now. And we're going to start the ducks up. Can't believe I got somebody waiting for a giveaway. I hate that. Tushar, I'm going to hit you up after this. I'm going to find a way. I got your info. And I know you're going to be an email somewhere. But again, I'm going to say that again. If anybody won one of these giveaways or they won something somewhere else and you did not get what you won, hit me up. Hit me up because nobody is going without getting what they deserve on my watch. I think that would be like the worst thing that would happen if you win something and then you don't get what you win. It'd be super lame. All right. I'm guessing it's what I did last time, which was I'm just too quick to send out accounts, and I sent somebody else's email, so somebody randomly got an account and then just started trading it and didn't say anything, you know. But who knows? Whatever. Maybe they thought it was theirs. All right, we got. Giveaway form is done. We got 73, 74 ducks in a row. Hang tight, hang tight. Make sure we got this set. All right, chat. This is for, one more time, a straight to funded SimPro account with top 1 futures. If you win, you will hear from me. You got to be here to claim it. Again, unless I know you. Unless I know you virtually. You got to be here to claim it. All right. Let's get this one rolling. Good luck to everybody. We have 73 ducks in a row. 2 minutes on the clock. The ducks are off. It's go time. Guys, if you don't win today, you hop on tomorrow. Maybe you win tomorrow. Hop in the Discord for additional giveaways. I've been running a lot on the live streams. Maybe we'll change some stuff up in the future. But we'll continue to give out accounts. I genuinely think... Again, I don't really have much of an ego here, but I think you have one of the best opportunities to win an instant funded account on my stream over anybody else's, and that's kind of actually giving myself a dig because I don't have that many people on here. You got a 1 in 73 chance of winning almost every damn day, and some days, like Halloween a couple weeks ago, we run like hella giveaways. Damn, man, ES still selling off. I'm watching this market still go. Crazy. NQ putting low of the day in. ES putting low of the day in, breaking out initial balance to the downside. YM still turning back down towards VWAP, but not really fast. I'll start announcing this one closer to 30 seconds. You know, the front runners on the duck race, a lot of them hit their stop loss. We get a lot of ducks that get up there early. You guys are going crazy in the chat. All right, let's see. Alan up front. We got a Discord OG there. No name. Carolina. Chuck. Chuck's always up here, man. Daily Tail. Soulless Souls for 0. Anna up top. Who is this? Angel FX. Chris Wan holding strong up top. Blue Water Cruiser. Trevor. I don't know. We got a lot of overlapping. Brian C. I see you in here. Jeremy Trades looking strong. 72 Duck holding really strong up there. Jeremy Trades making a run for it. JNRV out of nowhere. The Strawberry Hat Duck. The number 19. JNRVing. I think this is, I know who this is. We got a Discord OG in here as well. Someone that's always on the live streams. Nice when you guys win it. I promise you guys it's not rigged. Promise you guys it's random. JNRVing, the winner of a 50K straight to Sim Funded Pro account. W's in the chat for JNRVing. You are the winner here, my man. I'll be hitting you up after. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we got this one. I think he's won in the past before as well. I think we got a repeat. We got a repeat W. There we go. There we go. W's in the chat for JNRV and taking the win on this one. Getting funded. There he is. There he is in chat. Remember, guys, if you didn't win today, feel free. Hit like, hit subscribe. Come back tomorrow. Come back any other day that you want to come back. We'll be here giving out accounts almost every day. Almost every day. Random days, random times. On the live streams, we give out instant funded accounts. Sometimes we do other random stuff, cash or eval accounts, fun stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys hopping on. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, man. Show you what I'm looking at here. Why am I getting feedback again? Pull back to VWAP. If you are looking for a long play, which I am not at this point, this might be all you get before we go pop the high. Insane pop to the upside. No immediate reversion back down. We're coming into the 11 o'clock time frame. Okay, Duck. Okay, Duck. Coming past the 11 o'clock time frame. We are not breaking out to the upside or downside here of initial balance. Back towards VWAP. I'm not looking for another one on this, guys. I'm going to be staying patient into the afternoon in the live accounts. Probably get some really aggressive trading in the sim accounts that have been trading on the side quest accounts, right? Try to put some trading days in there, meet some consistency rules. But this to me is not looking really appetizing. Could be a potential long play with a stop below initial balance low. We could come right through this, and it could just be the trap buyers. I was too early in off the open, got cooked, and we got bookmap tripping out a little bit. And we come all the way back through. I don't know, but maybe I'll call you out something in Discord if I see something really appetizing. But for me on this one, I think it's just going to be most likely just a negative $491 day. If I do take something else, I'll try to let you know in this account. I don't really see it setting up. If we started moving really aggressively, we had some catalysts come in, maybe I find my way into something. But we'll see. We'll see. So 1L, keeping it cool, keeping it calm, man. It's all good. Part of the game. L's are part of the game. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. Quick disclaimer. Remember, hop on here. Any other days you want to hop in Discord. It's pinned to the top of the chat. 100% free. No VIP, no course, no mentorship, none of that stuff. I'll keep you guys updated with live streaming, but we're back every damn day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. I will see you here tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Talk to you guys on Discord and on socials. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Trading is extremely risky. Most traders lose money. If you trade, you're probably going to lose all of your money. Not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partners disclaimer that I said earlier on that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys hopping on. W's in the chat for JNRVing. I'll be reaching out to you afterwards. Actually, you'll be getting it directly to the email that you provided.
Tushar, I'll be hitting you up. Everybody else, see you guys.